Organization for African Unity, the United Nations Organization, and the Commonwealth.
I would like to remind this audience that in this hall today, we have a concentration of the leading agitators, mischief makers that the world has ever known. Agitators and makers desire a better world for human beings to live in.
Dear nation, Nigeria is today the focus of the entire international community.
Hello there, welcome. This is Politics on Melody, right here on Melody 100.7 FM. We're back again this beautiful Wednesday. Politics on Melody 100.7 FM is a program that strictly focuses on political happenings around us, be it local, national, or even from the foreign land. Here, we speak politically. Everything politics is what we talk about on this show every Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. And it feels good to be here again this beautiful Wednesday evening. My name is Pretty Adegoke, reaching you live from Lagos, rather from the city of Ibadan, and not Lagos, from the city of Ibadan. Welcome. Now today on the show, you're going to be getting a clarification on something that has long been credited to Senator Adams Oshiomhole. And what is that thing? There is this statement that has always been credited to him that many notable politicians, they should be moving to the APC such that their sins will be forgiven. They said he was the one that said so. We'll get clarification on that, if truly he said it, or maybe he was quoted out of context. Because the gale of defections continue, and many people keep moving from here, from there, from everywhere. And people are saying as they are moving because their sins will be forgiven, just as Senator Adams Oshiomhole said when he was the chairman of the party, APC. So the man who is credited with that statement, Adams Oshiomhole, will be on the show and he will be clarifying issues this beautiful evening. Now, if he actually said it, what does that statement really mean? What is the statement true meaning? Did he actually say this? Was he quoted out of context? So that is one clarification we intend to get on the show this beautiful evening. Plus, suspended Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara says he's not willing to go back to government house to continue to govern. Why? You may want to ask. You will definitely hear this answer this beautiful evening. And also, former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, says current state governors who are in the governors forum lack the courage and confidence to stand up against President Tinubu's wrongdoings. Similar things to he said when they were in the governors forum, they were standing up against the president at that time. But these ones, they lack the balls to do the needful. And also on the show today, we'll also be looking at Julius Abure is spitting fire. Julius Abure is saying if Peter Obi doesn't leave him alone, he would expose things and Nigerians will hate Peter Obi for life. What is that thing that he's saying? You get to know on the show as well today. Someone is accusing Peter Obi of being the father of vote buying in Nigeria. Who is that person? He's a lawmaker from Anambra State, and he says it's his brother, so you should know him better. That Peter Obi, who is shouting vote buying in Nigeria today, he actually was the architect of vote buying in Nigeria. Plus so many other things we will look at this beautiful show this beautiful evening. The show is loaded as always. Just sit back and relax and be ready to be part of the conversation. Once again, my name is Pretty. You call me the finest. Let's begin with the latest political stories making the rounds at this time. A federal government witness identified as a BBB. Yeah, they have to use the name for him, BBB, for a reason, because they promised to protect all those who will be witnesses in Nnamdi Kanu's case. So let's identify him as BBB as they identify him earlier in the court today. He tendered a certified true copy, CTC, of the death certificate of Ahmed Gulak in the ongoing terrorism charges against IPOB leader, talking about Nnamdi Kanu. Gulak, a former special advisor on political affairs to ex-president Goodluck Jonathan, was killed by suspected IPOB members in 2012 in Owerri. And of course, the death was linked to a broadcast made by Nnamdi Kanu. You heard it last week when I told you he was in court last week as well, and I gave you everything that happened in court. Same thing I'm doing now. BBB, who was the second prosecution witness, PWD2, tendered the document before Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja, while being led in evidence by the federal government's lawyer, Chief Adegboyega Awomolo. Upon resuming the hearing, Awomolo informed the court that he thought the matter was scheduled to cross-examination of the prosecuting witness too, that he had a question to ask the witness. He was then asked, Awomolo then asked the PBP that one of the last evidence he gave was that during the radio broadcast made by Nnamdi Kanu, he called for a sit at home, leading to the death of Ahmed Gulak. Now, the witness confirmed the statement, and he said he actually participated in some of the investigations leading to Gulak's death. Besides, he said he had a certified copy of the death of the former presidential aide in the courtroom from the police dated July 18, 2021. And when the document was shown to Kanu's lawyer, he said he has no objection, and Justice Omotosho admitted it in evidence. Awomolo then sought the court's permission for the document to be given to the witness to read in the open court. BBB, who read the content of the death certificate, said the document was from the Nigerian police Owerri in Imo State concerning Gulak, who was allegedly shot dead by IPOB members in that year. Now, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, has issued a strong challenge to the party's 2023 presidential candidate, Peter Obi, and other former aspirants, demanding that they provide evidence of financial support made to him or the party during the general election. Abure categorically denied receiving any funds or personal use from any candidate, including Peter Obi himself. He cautioned that if provoked further, he would expose those in the opposing faction, claiming they will be left smelling like rotten eggs and Nigerians will hate them for life. Abure also announced his intention to convene a world press conference to address these allegations and internal tensions that have recently rocked the Labour Party, claiming that his stance until now was driven by a desire for peace and reconciliation within the party. According to Julius Abure, they are pushing him to talk, and if he finally talks, they will not survive it. And he mentioned Peter Obi, he mentioned Alex Oti, governor of Abia State, that if they force him to talk, they will not survive the onslaught he will bring.
I want to challenge all of them, from Peter Obi down, that contested the election. Let any of them come out and tell the world what they gave to me personally or to the party. I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting from them, from top to bottom. to make any other move, and I will open my mouth. And when I open my mouth, wherever they go to, they will be like smelling egg, rotten egg, that nobody will ever buy. Look at the governor that is jumping like crickets from one point to another point. Nothing. We didn't collect a dime from him. I challenge him. If he gave anybody a dime, let him come out and publish it. Let him come out and say so. We believe that we wanted to make the difference in politics. And so we allowed everybody to run. When I met him in Transcorp, he was asking me, Chairman, what do I do for you? I say nothing. Put your money together and use it for election. I challenge him. If it's a lie, let him come out and say so.
Julius Abure there spitting fire, and he says, if you think I'm lying, come out, say so. Well, we wait for others to come out and say so now. If they believe he's lying or not, let everybody come out with their evidence. Okay. The gale of defection continued yesterday as all the three senators from Kebbi State decided to move to the ruling APC. And they are Senators Adamu Alero, Yahaya Abdullahi, and Garba Meidoki. They cited the crisis in the PDP as reason for their movement. In the meantime, Senate leader Okoyemi Bamidele has dismissed claim that Senator Adamu Alero was coerced into defecting to the APC, insisting that the decision was voluntary and rooted in the spirit of national unity. He emphasized that the move was not an attempt to weaken the opposition or build a one-party state in Nigeria, but rather a step towards consolidating government of national unity. That's according to the leader of the Senate, Okoyemi Bamidele. Okay, let's quickly talk about former governor of Rivers State now. Talking about Rotimi Amechi. Rotimi Amechi has accused the present crops of governors as lacking the courage to challenge the president, Bola Tinubu, even if he's doing things that are not good for Nigerians. He said they all are moving towards one direction. The direction is to just hail the president, unlike what they did when they were in the Governors Forum back in the day, where they stood up against the former governor, Goodluck Jonathan. These present governors don't have the balls to do similar things. This is what Rotimi Amechi is saying.
What is going on currently now in Nigerian politics, could it have happened when we were governor? The answer is no. We will confront the government. We will confront the president. You know that. That's how radical we were. That's how our Governors Forum was. That's how determined we were to change things.
Rotimi Amechi there speaking. It's Politics on Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan. Okay, let's go now. Concerning what was said about Peter Obi. Somebody from his state, somebody who should know him very well, accusing him of being the father of vote buying in Nigeria. But before we get to that, Senate President Senator Godswill Akpabio has, just like the state governor of Lagos, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, responded to presidential candidate of Labour Party in the last election, talking about Peter Obi. You know, Babajide Sanwo-Olu had responded to him that he's demarketing Nigeria by doing some of the things he does when he travels out. He talks about Nigeria in bad light. But right now, Godswill Akpabio, Senate President, says he has better advice for Peter Obi. Instead of Peter Obi going to the market Nigeria, he should rather focus on building his party that is in shambles. This is what the Senate President said.
When somebody makes a statement that the labors of our heroes pass are in vain, I beg to disagree. Let our brother Peter Obi show leadership like Edwin Clark did by resolving first the crisis in the Labour Party. For a man who wants to run Nigeria, you have one of the smallest parties in Nigeria, and you cannot even resolve the crisis in that Labour Party. Is it the crisis of Boko Haram that you will come and resolve in Nigeria? I would like us to be known for what we did when we had the opportunities. As I speak now, I can tell you about the dualized thoroughfares in my state. I can tell about the flyovers in my state. I can tell about the best international hospital in my state. I can tell about the monuments of government houses that are built, both for the governor and deputy. I'm one of the best digitalized governor's office in Nigeria. I can tell you about the best international stadium in West Africa. I can tell you about the free and compulsory education that I did for all Nigerians. I can tell you about the unity I brought in religion by sponsoring over 5,800 Muslims to the Holy Land and over 12 to 15,000 Christians to Rome and to Jerusalem. But then, those who are aspiring as presidential candidates and trying to cause division with their mouths, using the social media, tell them to resolve the small crisis in the smallest party they have in Nigeria first, before they come to talk about the larger Nigeria. But for the social media, it is unregulated. I wish you luck as you have a field day. I'm saying this because this is what Edwin Clark would have advised if he were alive. So I've started to speak his voice. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And on that note, may we rise to observe 1 minute silence in honor of this icon.
Edwin Clark was laid to rest yesterday, and everything has been about him. He was talking about Edwin Clark there. He used the opportunity to take a swipe at Peter Obi, talking about Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Now, still talking about Peter Obi and some of the people attacking him now. Honorable Ebele Obi is a man, a representative, used to be a House member in Anambra State House of Assembly, and he says he knows Peter Obi very, very well. He's his brother, and he will say the things he knows about Peter Obi, that Peter Obi is the father of vote buying in Nigeria. Peter Obi actually started vote buying in Nigeria. That it was when he started it, he moved it to the national level and sold it to Ebele Goodluck Jonathan, the former president. Take a listen to Honorable Ebele Obi and still on politics, Melody 100.7 FM.
When Peter Obi was governor, I was in the House of Assembly. 2010 election was the first time that vote buying took place. They used money to buy votes. It was governorship election in Anambra State. Obi introduced vote buying in Anambra State. Governorship election 2010 in Anambra State was the first time we had vote buying. Tell him I said so. The first time vote buying was practiced in Nigeria was 2010 governorship Anambra State election. I was in ACN there. I was with Ngige. And later he went and embraced Jonathan. And Jonathan tried it for the first time in the federal. He worked in the southeast. He worked partially in the southwest. He did not work in the north. That was why he lost the election. Send this video to him. He can sue me.
The man said all he said with so much confidence. For him to even say we should send this streaming that we are streaming to him, we should send the audio to Peter Obi. If Peter Obi has any counterclaim, he should do that. Anyway, we are still waiting for Peter Obi's reaction to this one. Will he react or will he keep quiet? And you know one thing, sometimes they say silence is the best answer to a fool. And the same people also say silence sometimes could mean consent. So which one are we going to hold on to? Is it that silence means consent or silence is the best answer to a fool? If you know, you know. Use your tongue to count your teeth, is what I'm saying. Let's go to Rivers State now quickly. Governor Sim Fubara has told those who care to listen, especially those who have been telling him and praying and also having protests for him to return to the government house. He says right now he doesn't even feel like going back again. He doesn't feel like going back to the government house to be governor. He's tired of the situation. He just want to be. People have been wondering, why will the governor that was elected, people are fighting for you and you are saying this one? Some people are saying he's out of cowardice. Some are saying this man is being threatened. Some are saying maybe he's been promised something. We're going to be talking about this and more on the show and even subsequently. But let's quickly listen to Sim Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, on what he said concerning what the people have been telling him, especially elders in Rivers State, and he's telling them, you people should stop telling me to go back to the government's house.
Some of you, have you asked yourself, do you think I am even interested in going back there? I want to ask you, don't you see how better I look? Do you think I'm interested in it? If I have my way, I say it here. This is an order of God. I don't wish going back there. My spirit has left that place long ago. So all this, I want everybody to focus. Please, it's not everything you do, you think. There are some fights you don't fight, there are some things you don't do, because you need to ask the person. Does he want it? I have peace. If you have known me, you've been seeing me, you can say I look better now. In as much as we have things that we need to do for our state, we know people have made sacrifice for us, and we, one way or the other, have to stand by them. Does not mean.
That is what Sim Fubara is saying. I mean, you heard him right there. He doesn't want to go back to the government house in Port Harcourt. And that is exactly what Sim Fubara is saying this beautiful afternoon or this evening. It's still politics on Melody 100.7 FM. Now, concerning the issue with former governor of Edo State, talking about Adams Oshiomhole, he said a whole lot of things concerning what they said he's been saying. In fact, he threw many jibes at one of us in the media industry. Well, if you might not call the person's name, but you definitely, if you listen to him, you will know someone is talking about. But let's quickly have this breather. When I return, we will definitely be talking about this and much more on the show this beautiful evening. It is Politics on Melody 100.7 FM right here in the city of Ibadan. I'll be back shortly. Keep it locked right there. FM 100.7. Stay cool with Melody.
Gbogbo nooks and crannies ni wọ́n gbọ́ wá o. Melody gan la fi yàtọ̀. Melody 100.7 FM o. Melody.
Newest radio station is 100.7. What's the big difference? We play anything like this. And this. And even this. A bigger variety with the biggest music library. 100.7. We play anything.
Let's do it. Melody FM 100.7. All right, Melody 100.7 FM. Thank you for being there still. It is Politics on Melody on this beautiful Wednesday evening. All right, we're gradually getting to it right now because we want to get to Adams Oshiomhole and so many things he said concerning what they said or what people always claim credited to him. People always say he was the one that said this, that said that, that said this, that said that. That when people come to APC, their sins are forgiven. We'll get to that very shortly, but let's quickly take this one from Ras Kimono. He says, we are under pressure. Are we not?
Yeah, man. I have been compelled to sing to this rhythm after seeing all was one in Africa.
Definitely. We wail under pressure. We cry under pressure. No food, no eat, no food in our belly, no money in our pocket. Ras Kimono saying that one right there. What a song way back, and it's still very much relevant today. It is still Politics on Melody, right here on Melody 100.7 FM. All right, let's go to Adams Oshiomhole now, and let's talk about Senator Adams Oshiomhole. You know, for some time now, it's been said that it was Adams Oshiomhole that actually started saying that when you leave any party and you go to APC, your sins will be forgiven. And a whole lot of people have been living in recent, especially with the going of people like Ifeanyi Okowa, former governor of Delta State. Immediately he left, people say, the man, he has the FCC case on his head. That's why he's going to APC. He seems to be forgiven, just like Adams Oshiomhole said. That was what people said. Now, Senator Adams Oshiomhole has come out to say it is highly preposterous and unbelievable how people will be linking such statement to him that he was giving them assurance. How come? Is he the one that will lift their sins off their head? Why will people be saying all this and trying to spoil his name? Senator Adams Oshiomhole, a senator representing Edo State in the Senate, has this to say.
I was national chairman and President Buhari came to Benin to flag off presidential campaign. And as usual, several PDP stalwarts came to join the APC. And one of them is called Ilwobe. I come from Edo State, I come from Edo North. The language of Edo Central and Edo North is more or less the same, even in Edo South. Ilwobe means I don't do bad. And I just jokingly said to the young boys, okay, now you have been in a party of bad people, people deceiving people. Now I'm happy now that you have left them to come and join APC. Then you will live up to your father's name, which is Ilwobe. You will no longer do bad. Because obey means evil in our language. I will not do it means I will not do evil. So now you will live as a progressive. This has nothing to do whatsoever with corruption. This guy was not even holding, he was not a public officer, whether at the state level or federal level. He wasn't known to me even as a contractor. So how people could whip this, and why it hurt me, I had to speak about it that day, is that those journalists who paraded, they know better. Because I challenged them to play that tape. They have the tape. Because this was an event covered live. For not a secret outing. So let them play it back and say, fact check. This is what Oshiomhole said. But they just choose to continue to use it. I was particularly shocked that otherwise a very senior editor who asked someone like the immediate past governor of Delta State, Okowa, did you, in a very mischievous manner, with due respect to him, somebody said I should ask you, did you get permission from Oshiomhole that your sin will now be forgiven before you now decide to decamp to APC? And I think the guy didn't quite understand that the question was informed by just mischief. And the man tried to answer. I said, no, he has not met me for a long time, which is true. And he worked with Obaseki against me, which is also true. But when we met on stage that day, I said, my brother, having been a governor and I was a governor, we are friends. So, but we'll be put aside by different party divides. So now we are back together, hopefully for never to part no more. So how can anybody do that? And I believe that this is just the art of mischief makers. They prefer to take the negative side. Now, how can you ask, what is my status? Like you rightly said, I am now in the legislature. Is the legislature responsible for prosecution of anybody involved in the wrongdoing? And what would be the wrongdoing? And so it was just mischief. So I had to remind those people that one of them, who's the man who made that statement, he himself was invited by EFCC after he had abused Jonathan as much as he could. Jonathan brought him on board to become his spokesman, and he became his spokesman, in my view, shamelessly. You don't condemn Padediam, I end up consuming it all over. And thereafter, EFCC arrested him too. And I said, was I the one who granted him bail to leave PDP now to become where he is? Because I noticed that consistently, even on Labour Day, he was saying, some Labour leaders who have been involved in picketing the
danger to our democracy. Oshiomhole has a different view, and this is what he said concerning that notion by many Nigerians.
If you watch my contributions on the floor of the Senate, the first party is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because I have argued, and no apologies, that the sum total of all the political parties in Nigeria, whether in or out of government, they are not equivalent to Nigeria. Nigeria is much more than the sum total of all the parties. I stand by that. And if I see a conflict between party interests and national interests, I have no difficulty in resolving it in favor of the Nigeria interest. And that informs the position I take on issues. If I'm wrong, it's my head, not my heart. Now, with regards to the defection, I was particularly excited because those who join us today include co-founders of APC. Governor Alero was never in PDP. He was one of those governors who ran election on AMPP platform in 1999, before the then president did everything to try to undermine the AMPP, take the chairman of the AMPP, made him a special advisor, compare some of the governors to the camp, and AMPP, who had about, I think they had up to 10 states at the beginning, but in the end, they had few. Of course, you also know the issue of Ashidu, who was in Bauchi, and how he left, and the state went to PDP. He was initially in AMPP. So a man like a co-founding governor, I'm a co-founding governor of AMPP. Now, I was national chairman, and I know the contribution of Senator Yahaya, not only to APC, to the governance of Nigeria. As an APC senator, they had internal political disagreements in Kebbi State, and unfortunately he decided to leave, but he left the party, but he didn't leave his people. And the people returned him back on PDP platform. Now, Alero was always, he's not just a co-founder, he had run election over and over, and he has always been winning. And so it was again this little misunderstanding that made him leave. So when the founder of a house returned to the house, those of us who have been there, who feel miss their absence, I mean, it's a thing of joy. Now, whether this is a danger to democracy, no, I don't think so, sir. Let me remind you that even in the newsroom, I'm not an editor, but I have many friends who are editors. There are some debates as to what should be the editorial policy today. So the fact that we now have so many APC members overwhelmingly doesn't mean there will be no debate. If you have been following even debate in the House, you will find that sometimes you can't even distinguish who is PDP, who is APC, in terms of the position that some people take. You know, so they celebrate when a president has control of the Congress as well as the Senate. Every government wants that, because democracy, yes, I can say, and I've argued that in a sense you can say democracy is not only a means to an end, that is an end in itself, in the sense that the right to contribute, the freedom to express yourself, because even dictators can build roads, even dictators can build hospitals. What dictators cannot accommodate, they don't have the appetite to listen to contestation, to divergent views. And what makes this one more interesting is that, you know, when matured people who have made their mark, you can't say they are hungry. They decide, look, I'm returning to the house I helped to co-found, because the reason that forced me out of the house are no longer valid. I want to be part of the movement. My progressive credentials remain the same, and I am returning to the house I co-found. I think it's just something to be said. I can assure Nigerians that does not mean that if you want today's proceedings, for example, where today is not exactly a typical day where we have a contestation, because we didn't have much controversial matters. I'm sure, as I'm sure you always do, you will think of how we look at issues. The diversity of Nigeria is better service at the national.
Well, you heard him right there. Everything they said, they didn't represent the fact. Senator Adams Oshiomhole there talking. What do you make of all of these? This is a beautiful evening. What do you make of the father, Governor Sim Fubara? He's saying he's not going back. He doesn't even wish to go back to the government house. He looks better. He looks fresher now than when he was there inside the government house. Some people have said he has betrayed the trust of those who were clamoring for him to go back. Those women who were protesting day and night. Those elder statesmen. Those political strong men in Rivers State who have been saying, no, what they have done is not good. They should allow Fubara to continue to rule. So some people are saying they have, Sim Fubara have betrayed their trust. But There are indications that maybe they are promising, or there are rumors that maybe they are promising a juicy thing under the present government at the central. That is why he decided to want to throw in the towel at this time. Or maybe they have told him, don't worry, this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. Or maybe they have threatened him, as some people are saying. What is your view? It is Politics on Melody, on Melody 100.7 FM. 0702 520 1007. 0705 507 1007. Those are the numbers to call if you want to be part of this show. You will have a contribution to the show. Those are the numbers to call. Still under pressure. Everything is under pressure. Politicians too are under pressure. The masses are under pressure of hunger. Politicians are under pressure of wanting to return to where everything is rosy for them. So which pressure is more now? The one thing that is certain is there is pressure in the land.
They must suffer in a ghetto, in a city, everywhere that me go, me see them. Some are cry, some are die, some are weeping, some are wailing, everywhere that me go. Under pressure we will, under pressure, everybody under pressure, black and white, under pressure, Europeans under pressure. Can't get no food if we go feel we belly. Feel it with you too, no have no mother. Feel it with you too, no have no father. Feel it with you too, no have no brother. Feel it with you too, no have no sister. I'm a kimono, me just shouting to you. Chanter this, I want me not go touch it all day. Hey, under pressure we will, under pressure, Europeans under pressure, Africans under pressure, Nigerians under pressure. One more time, please.
Under pressure. Everyone is under pressure. But the pressure seems to be different. I don't know the type of pressure you are in right now, but I know there is pressure everywhere. Let's go to the phone line and see those who want to contribute to what we're doing this evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hello, good evening. This is Sam.
Oh, Mr. Sam, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm okay, sir. And you?
Oh, well done, my brother.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, this country, you know, like I said the other day, Sim is, he was never a politician, he's not a politician. You know, one of those fortunate and guys who got favor from the governor, and the governor was like, oh, this person looks like a loyalist. Let's use him what we want. And, you know, on getting there, you know, now the thing is sweet. When he now saw something else, the guy started doing his own. So to show you that he's not really a politician, for him to even make that statement, that his mind is off going back, he doesn't want to go back, that shows he's not even, doesn't even know how to play the game at all. So I think it's just best for the people to let him go, since he said he doesn't want, so that he doesn't go there and go and get himself into more trouble.
So you think people should allow him to go if he wants to go?
Yeah, they should just if he wants to go, this thing is not compulsory. He has already tasted power, and naturally there's nobody that tastes power and doesn't want to stay, remain there. For him says no, he doesn't want to stay. So they should let him go and bring in someone else
Now, what about Sam? There are people who are now saying this man is, in fact, there's a name they are calling him now that I don't want to call because of radio. They are calling him some terrible names that look. So you knew you will not go. You will not go into the river to have a swim. Why did you remove your clothes in the first instance and you went to the bank of the river? If you understand what I mean by that.
But the thing is, you see, his statement now should help them to understand his perspective now. You know, he has been quiet all along.
Yeah.
So he just made this statement. This is the first time he's actually coming out to make a public statement. The previous ones we've been hearing from either aides or one or two persons close to him. Now this is the first time he's making a public statement ever since he was suspended.
Yeah.
So I think he must have given a serious thought about it. Sought counsel from either older statesmen or other people that must have talked with him, and he has come to his own conclusion. Or his meeting with Wike, according to Wike, that he didn't say anything about him meeting with Wike.
Yeah.
So his meeting with Wike, we don't know. We have not heard his own side. So the only Wike told us his own side.
Exactly.
Which I cannot really believe in totally because Wike too can be manipulated. So I think it's just about him. They should just let him be. It's his decision. Whether he wants to run, whether he wants to go back or not, but we don't know. He may change his mind. But for now, let's just allow him be. Then for Oshomole, that guy Oshomole is like a chameleon. And you know, as a former Labour leader, he knows how to play the game very well. He suffered in the hands of Obasanjo, so he knows how to go about that route. And now becoming a senator makes it even more difficult and worse for him because, senators are the most manipulative in this country. Very manipulative. So all of those statements, I can remember that statement he made then during Buhari's time. Those statements when he was saying, when you come to APC, all your sins are forgiven.
Oh, you remember? But he's saying he didn't, that was not what he meant.
No, he's now telling us the meaning of what he meant then.
Okay.
But when he said it then, he did not say like the language he used that he said in their language. That's why he didn't say it during that rally.
He didn't clarify it.
He didn't say it in that language.
Okay.
He didn't make mention of that saying. I can still remember it. He didn't say it. He only just said, when you come to APC, your sins have been forgiven. So it is natural for people to read meaning to it. That's why it is very important that when we make certain statements, we want to clarify it so that people don't read meaning. And you can imagine after how many years it is now, because look at the big giants that are running away now from PDP, in quotes, or allegedly because they are running away from EFCC Wahala. And now, because they are running back to the APC, people are now saying, because they know when they go there, their sins have been forgiven, which is only natural for people to say. So I don't expect him to come out and be saying what he's saying, because he's going to complicate himself more. And so far, yes, and based on what he said about him in the Senate, I must give kudos to him too, because he's actually trying. I've been following him in the Senate. He's one of those senators too who has been outspoken. And when it comes to developmental issues, things that has to do with the country, he's actually been trying, because I know he actually speaks up when those things should be said. So for that, he's really doing well. So I give him kudos for that.
Definitely.
Well done so much for the show.
Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you so much. I appreciate my brother. All right, Sam AB right there, the way from Olugweru, always contributing to what we do here. Okay, 0702-520-1007, 0705-507-1007. What do you make of Sam touched on Fubara, and he touched on Adams Oshomole as well. I mean, where is your own? What do you wish to touch? But let me make you to listen again to what Governor Sim Fubara said.
A tribute for Paklak is not an issue of Sim Fubara. I'm not disputing the message God gave to you, my bishop, but in this event, is a message to talk about Paklak. Because the way you hammered it, when they live here, that is not the way to be presented. It will be similar if Fubara has gathered his supporters to make statements against the minister and the president. That is not what I need now. What I need now, even some of you, have you asked yourself, do you think I am even interested in going back there? I want to ask you, don't you see how better I look? Do you think I'm interested in it? If I have my way, I say it's here. This is an altar of God. I don't wish going back there. My spirit has left that place long ago. So all this, I want everybody to focus. Please. It's not everything you do. You think there's some fight you don't fight. There's some things you don't do because you need to ask the person. Does he want it? I have peace. If you have known me, you've been seeing me, you can see I look better now. In as much as we have things that we need to do for our state, we know people have made sacrifice for us, and we, one way or the other, have to stand by them. Does not mean that we should start firing without any targets.
Well, you heard everything there. You heard him. That's Governor Sim Fubara talking there. And the way he spoke, I had to take it back from where he started. So you definitely hear, because some of these statements he made is sounding like someone who is scared of something. If you think about it very well, the way he said it, that when they live here, the way they will present it is not what Sim has said. They will present it as Sim Fubara has gathered his supporters to talk against the president and the minister of FCT. I mean, do you read something? Do you read a meaning to that statement at all? Check it very well. There's a meaning to that statement. We'll continue to talk about this. Tomorrow, when I come on the People's Assembly, we'll be looking at it from another perspective tomorrow morning. Because my time is almost fast spent here on Politics on Melody. Thank you very much for being part of Politics on Melody today. Always remember the show comes your way every Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. Can I still take maybe one or two calls before I leave? Let me try. Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay, that call is not coming through. 0702-520-1007 and 0705-507-1007. But time is far spent. What we'll do is we're going to be looking at it from another perspective tomorrow morning on the People's Assembly, on what people are saying concerning Governor Sim Fubara. So many things people are now calling him. In fact, when we come tomorrow, I will tell you this and much more. Thank you for being part of the show. Big ups to Daniel Adeyemi, Oyitoro Adewale, yeah, big ups to Moses, Bobola Egufemi, as well as Fortune Oba. Yeah, Fortune Oba and Bobola taking care of the street. Let's take a breather. I'll be back in an hour as we take you on another time on the cruise show. Keep it locked right here. It is Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Pretty. You call me the finest, and I'll be back on the next one. Politics is about power. It's about the game. It's about who knows how to play it better. I'll be back on the next one. Keep it locked right here. So many other fun continues on the show, on the radio. Good evening to you.